Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Are you preparing for the UPSC Drug Inspector exam, Pharmacist recruitment, or any pharmacy competitive exam? Then this video is for you. Today, we are going to understand the Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 from the very basics in a simple and exam-oriented way. We'll cover its objectives, important definitions, authorities, licensing provisions, offenses, penalties, and the most frequently asked questions in competitive exams. So, if you want to master this topic in one complete session, watch this video till the end. Let's begin with the Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. History of Pharmacy Act in India. There was no restriction to practice the profession of pharmacy. One could practice this profession as any other profession. Persons having no knowledge and having no education in pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry or pharmacology were engaged in this profession. Hundreds of cases were found by government wherein the compounding, mixing, or dispensing of medicines was being done by persons who were not adequately educated in this line. These causing great harm to the health of people. It was found necessary to enact a law for the regulation of the profession and practice of pharmacy. List of amending acts or adaptation orders. The Adaptation of Laws Order, 1950. The Adaptation of Laws, No. 3, Order, 1956. The Pharmacy Amendment Act 1959. The Pharmacy Amendment Act 1976. The Pharmacy Amendment Act 1982. The Delegated Legislation Provisions Amendment Act 1985. Objectives 1. To restore the pharmacy profession in its due place in the health services. 2. Raising the status of the profession of pharmacy in India. 3. To regulate the practice of pharmacy in India. 4. To provide uniform education and training throughout India. 5. To maintain control over persons entering the profession of pharmacy. 6. To protect the public health medical use of drugs. Drug abuse definitions, Pharmacy Act, an act to regulate the profession of pharmacy. Medical practitioner, a person, holding a qualification granted by an authority notified under Section 3 of the Indian Medical Degrees Act, 1916 or specified in the schedules to the Indian Medical Council Act 1956, or registered or eligible for registration in a medical register of a state, meant for the registration of persons practicing the modern scientific system of medicine, or registered in a medical register of a state, who, although not falling within above first and second clause, but is declared by a general or special order made by the state government. Registered pharmacist, a person whose name is for the time being entered in the register of the state in which he or she is for the time being residing or carrying on his profession or business of pharmacy. Central Register, Register of Pharmacists maintained by Central Council. Pharmacy Council of India. The Central Council, PCI, is constituted by the central government. First Central Council was constituted in 1949. It is reconstituted every 5 years. Constitution of PCI. It consists of 3 different types of members. 1. Elected member. 2. Nominated member. 3. Ex officio member. Elected members, 6 members, elected by the University Grant Commission, UGC. There is at least one teacher of each of the pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmacy, and pharmacognosy and pharmacology. 1 member, elected by Medical Council of India. 1 member, elected by State Council, who shall be a registered pharmacist. Nominated members, 6 members, nominated by the central government, of whom at least 4 shall be persons possessing a degree or diploma in, and practicing pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry. A representative of the UGC and a representative of the All India Council for Technical Education, AICTAU, Epsilon. 1 member nominated by each state government, who shall be a registered pharmacist. Ex officio members, the Director General of Health Services, the Director of the Central Drugs Laboratory, the Drugs Controller of India. Executive Committee consisting of President, Vice President, 5 members elected by Central Council from its members. President and Vice President of Central Council shall be elected by the members of the Council from themselves. The Council shall appoint a Registrar, act as Secretary, other officer and servants. Functions of PCI. A. Education Regulations, ER. Minimum standard of education laid down by PCI are known as the Education Regulation. They include minimum qualification for registration as a pharmacist, minimum qualification for admission to diploma in pharmacy, Duration of training and course of study to be covered. Condition to be fulfilled by the academic institution and by the examining authority. Nature and period of practical training. The subjects of examination and minimum standard of passing. Condition to be fulfilled by the institution to be recognized for giving practical training. Practical training contract form for pharmacist. B. To regulate the education regulation in the states. C. Approval of the institutions providing course and examination for the pharmacists. Procedure. I. Institution has to apply to PCI, AICT Epsilon. E. PCI, AICTE deputes its inspector to visit the institution. E. Inspector then reports to council, on which, if council is satisfied, it approves the course of examination. Provincial, State, Pharmacy Council classification. Provincial Pharmacy Council. Separate State Council. SPC, Interstate Agreement. Joint State Council. JPS, State Council of one state serves need of other state. Constitution of SPC. It consists of three different types of members: elected member, nominated member, ex officio member. A. Elected member. 1. 6 members, elected from amongst themselves by registered pharmacists of the state. 2. 1 member elected from amongst themselves by the members of each medical council of the state. B. Nominated member. 1. 5 members, of whom at least 3 shall be possessing a degree or diploma in pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry or be registered pharmacists, nominated by the state government. C. Ex officio member. 1. Chief Administrative Medical Officer of the state. 2. Government analyst nominated by state government under the D.M.E.R.S. Act 1940. 3. Officer in charge of Drugs Control Organization of the state. Joint State Pharmacy Council. 2 or more state governments can agree that the state council of one state is to serve the needs of the participating states. Composition of joint state councils. It consists of 3 different types of members. 1. Elected member. 2. Nominated member. 3. Ex officio member. A. Elected member. 1. 3 to 5 members elected amongst themselves by the registered pharmacists of each of the participating states. 2. 1 member elected from amongst themselves by the members of each medical council of each state. B. Nominated member. 1. 2 to 4 members nominated by each participating state, of whom more than half possess a degree or diploma in pharmacy or be registered pharmacist. C. Ex officio member. 1. The Chief Administrative Medical Officer of each participating state. 2. The Government Analyst of each participating state. 3. The Officer in charge of Drugs Control Organization of each participating state. Executive Committee consisting of President, Vice President. The such other number of the member. Registration of pharmacists. The Pharmacy Act 1948 provides for the registration of pharmacists. There are 2 types of register: 1. First register. 2. Subsequent register. The preparation and maintenance of register. The register shall include the following particulars, namely: A. The full name and residential address of the registered person. B. The date of his first admission to the register. C. His qualifications for registration. D. His professional address, and if he is employed by any person, the name of such person. A. Such further particulars as may be prescribed. Preparation of first register. For the preparation of the first register, the state government has to constitute a registration tribunal. The tribunal consisting of 3 persons, a registrar act as secretary. Tribunal fixes the date on or before which all applications for registration with prescribed fees are accepted. All applications are examined. If tribunal is satisfied, it directs the entry of the name of the applicant on the register. Qualifications for entry on first register: applicant should be at least 18 years old. Applicant should reside or carries on the business or profession of pharmacy in the concerned state. Applicant should hold 1. A degree or diploma in pharmacy, pharmaceutical chemistry. Chemist and druggist diploma. Qualification granted by authority outside India which is adequate for registration. Or D. Degree of an Indian universities with not less than 3 years experience in dispensing in hospital. Or A. Passed an examination for dispenses recognized by state government. Or F. Not less than 5 years experience of compounding prior to the date notified by tribunal. Subsequent registers. Procedure for subsequent registration. From the registered pharmacists of the first register constitution of state council take place. Application are invited within fixed date. addressed to the registrar. If registrar found that applicant has requisite qualification, he may direct his/her name to be entered in register. If application has been rejected by registrar, he/she may appeal to State Council within 3 months of the rejection. The decision of the State Council shall be final. Requirements for subsequent registration: applicants should be at least 18 years of the age. Applicants should carry on the profession of the pharmacy in the concerned state. Qualifications for subsequent registration: there are 3 different types of qualifications prescribed. 1. After the preparation of first register and before ER take effect. 2. After ER take effect. 3. Special provisions. 1. After the preparation of first register and before educational regulation take effect, A. Satisfies the conditions prescribed by the Central Council, or B. A registered pharmacist in another state, or C. Possesses a qualification for registration granted outside the states and are at least matriculates. 2. After the education regulations take effect. Those who have passed an approved examination, or those who possesses a qualification granted by authority outside India and recognized by the PCI, or those who are registered pharmacist in another state. 3. Special provisions. Provision made under the Pharmacy Act 1959 apply to persons affected by the partition in 1947. Due to reorganization of the state in 1956. Migrated to India. Provision made under the Pharmacy Act 1976, those who possess degree or diploma in pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry, or chemist or druggist diploma of Indian University, passed an examination recognized for dispenser by state government, or person approved as qualified persons before the 31st of December 1969 under D or C Act. Any displaced persons from Bangladesh, Burma, Uganda, Sri Lanka were carrying profession of pharmacy for period of 5 years prior to date of application. Renewal fees: retention of a name on the register, subject to the payment of prescribed fee annually before the first day of April. If a renewal fee is not paid by the due date, the registrar shall remove the name of the defaulter from the register, provided that a name so removed may be restored to the register on such conditions as may be prescribed. On payment of the renewal fee, the registrar shall issue a receipt therefor, and such receipt shall be proof of renewal of registration. Entry of additional qualifications obtained by registered pharmacist shall be entered in the register on payment of prescribed fees. Removal of name from register: the name of pharmacist may be removed from register, I. if his name has been entered into the register by error, or E. if he has been convicted of any offense in any professional respect which renders him unfit to be kept in the register, or E. if the employed person is registered pharmacist, his name may be removed from register. If convicted of offense or held guilty of infamous conduct, offense was investigated by registered pharmacist himself. If the repetition of similar offense or conduct during the period of 12 months, pharmacist may go to the appeal to the state government within 30 days. A person whose name has been removed from the register is required to surrender his certificate or registration to the registrar. Issue of duplicate certificates of registration. Where it is shown to the satisfaction of the registrar that a certificate of registration has been lost or destroyed, the registrar may, on payment of the prescribed fee, issue a duplicate certificate in the prescribed form. Offences: penalties. Offences: 1. Falsely claiming to be a registered pharmacist, dispensed by unregistered persons. Exception: medical practitioners. 13. Failure to surrender certificate of registration. 4. Obstructing state pharmacy council inspectors. Penalties: 1. Or fine up to 500 rupees on first conviction. B. Fine up to 1000 rupees and/or 6 months imprisonment of any subsequent conviction. 6 months imprisonment, or fine up to 1000 rupees, or both. Fine up to 50 rupees, 6 months imprisonment, or fine up to 1000 rupees, or both. That's all for today's video. I hope this complete explanation of the Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 helped you understand the topic clearly. If you found this video useful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel SMDKP. Don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos on UPSC Drug Inspector, Pharmacy, and other competitive exam preparation. If you have any questions or want me to cover another topic, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video. Jai Hind.